right now. So let's see if we can get some volatility on the chart. How are you doing, everyone? Good to have you here. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then we're talking about here Friday, July 12th, 2:30 p.m. high impact news, also at 4, but 2:30 p.m. that's where it starts. So we might have some volatility on the chart, and it's always interesting to observe the volatility together, just like we did yesterday here as well. And in this particular live stream today, I will mainly focus on the lower time frames, and I will also explain why. We will chat a little bit about the daily, but we're gonna observe the lower time frames and yeah, see what happens on the chart now that the news kicks in. And then after a couple of minutes here observing price action, we're gonna cover Elliott waves. No? So what I have on my chart here is a volume profile of this range. We have just hit the point of control, as you can see, and a small little rejection. Now let's go to the 15-minute and do a little bit of chatting and Q&A right at the beginning of the stream. If the volume profile wants to load, there we go. Thank you. And then we do this. Okay. So maybe a band-aid. Welcome. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining in. Saragat T. Clepson. Vroom, vroom, let's go indeed. Hello and welcome to my bullish and bearish Elliott wave scenarios on Bitcoin. Almost correct. Hi everyone and welcome to my bullish and bearish Elliott wave scenarios on Bitcoin. Should put it on a shirt. Brahim, welcome. Kiwi, what's up? Jack, Hunter, Factor Call, Mindless Musician, how you doing? Samith, welcome. Good to have you here. Some nice scenarios being shared in the Elliott waves group. And besides scenarios, we got some nice stuff coming in here as well. No? Elliott waves, price moving, WXY, Elliott waves, price moving, a diagonal. Flotty coming in with the next meme after Smith here posts a meme. But yeah, lots of chatting this morning in the group there. Good chattering as well. Good comments as well. Of course, a diagonal on the daily, wave A as well as wave C, would be very unlikely. So it will be interesting to shortly have a look at the daily, but I don't really want to go in depth. The lower time frames are a lot more interesting at the moment, to be honest. Offline, welcome. Florian Parr. Tim, welcome. Rosie, how you doing? Welcome to have you. It's nice to see you back again. Yeah? You should totally put that on a T. Yeah. Well, merchandise and stuff is not yet on the plan. I do know people like the cap and the hoodie in particular. When I did the giveaway, many people asked, can I get a cap or a hoodie? But yeah, it's not yet on the plan. Let's first see if, first the website has to be made eventually at some point. It takes some time. I'm talking with a company on developing a website, so it should probably happen before the end of this year, and we'll just have information about me and some stuff, and then we'll take it from there, I suppose. Don't think I'll have any merch or teas or whatever before the end of the year. But yeah, we'll see step by step. Bettina, welcome. Dominic, Maria, classic introduction. Exactly. I mean, that's what you always hear, of course, during the videos. No? Pistachio, howdy. Still, Pistachio remains the first and only person that I have seen with the blue badge. I haven't seen the second one just yet. Rainy day. It is in the Netherlands, at least. It's very cloudy, very rainy. I mean, yeah, same old. Hoshi, welcome. Kunzians. Yeah, some people could say raccoons because you have the otters at Alex O'Crypto, another YouTuber. He has the otter gang, and we got the raccoons. How about that we are in a end of a flat in wave 4, bigger diagonal? Well, the problem with the flat on the daily is that wave B didn't hit the 0.9 Fibonacci, which is a minimum target for B. So it makes it difficult to talk about a flat on the daily time frame with this leg down since 72K being a wave C in a flat, that is. Do you remember Professor Heinz Wolf? Heinz Wolf? I do not know Professor Heinz Wolf. Hopefully he was a good guy. Leva, welcome. Yes, people, I don't know if I have to maybe refresh my page here. So again, I do not know anything about the data, but let me click. Probably some of you will be able to make some sense out of what I'm looking at. I have no idea. The only thing I know is that the date and the time can give volatility on the chart, and that's what I'm interested in. So I'm so clueless here. So oops, this page, most interesting. So of course, now that the news hit, it will be interesting to see what happens. So this red candle is when the news came out. So immediately some volatility, right? In 1 minute time, 0.5% drop, and now we pretty much recovered the whole news candle again. On the CVD, you had to be very, very quick to act because we had bearish CVDs all the time, but we just continued sideways. It was not like there was some clear weakness, and then out of nowhere here, higher low on price, lower low on the CVD, bullish CVD, pop, taking out the liquidity above the highs in this range here. And we still have the daily naked point of control above us. Of course, the point of control here now. And the 3A2s. So we still have bearish CVDs, by the way. That is this one. It's not yet invalidated. You got to change the market structure. But we still didn't hit at least a 3A touch. Now, something that I had in mind is that if price does come down, you can get a typical power of 3, or in other words, a flat scenario, or finish a 5 and start a new impulse. But you've probably seen this before. Long sideways range, take the liquidity and then move up. That was in case price comes down. I am interested to look for long positions, but it depends on the reaction. And generally, it will, even if price does come down, it will generally take hours before I take a position. So I am currently in no position. I was in a short yesterday, which I closed in the range. I mean, it was only a 1-to-1, a whole 1 hour, but you know, better something than nothing. But I wanted to close it, so I did. Leva, welcome. Hamid Reza, exactly. The raccoons, exactly. Mark still mourning to the loss of England. I don't know. I don't know. You know, I actually don't know if Mark is a great football fan, but yeah, quite the match. Ram, welcome. Noob Hustle, South Africa. By the way, it's quite a mess currently, right? In the area of Cape Town for the Cape Townians coming in. Like you have storms, I think level 8, wasn't it? Family of my wife, right? She is South Africa, from Cape Town. They're talking about the storms all the time. Not much movement. Came out as expected, I see. I mean, in a lower time frame, could we end a wave C in a flat for wave 4 and now start wave 5 up? That would be a bigger diagonal, I can imagine. You're talking about Dominic. We're going to cover that in a second, yeah. Can an expanded flat correction be in a bigger expanded flat correction? Only in wave A. Good morning, Adam. Your video this morning made it sound like you're expecting this move up right now to only be a wave B before going down to complete a wave 2. At the moment, look, let me cover this. Yeah, looking for a bigger 3-wave structure or impulsive structure. Now, what is quite interesting is that this moved down after the high yesterday. The highest amount of volume, I mean, this has higher volume, but you did end on an increased volume here. Lower high, still a higher high. Anyway, from an Elliott wave point of view, right? If I remove this for a second, so one diagonal would be this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then reject. Possibility, no? The reason that at the moment I don't have it in my folders is because on pretty much all of the charts, except I believe for CME or something, but this high took the high on the left. And if you're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, wave B, wave 4 has to be a zigzag in a diagonal, zigzag family, can't be anything else. And then a wave B or X is not allowed to take the origin here. So unless you finish a wave 3 here, and then this is 4, and then you move up for 5 to then have a diagonal, right? The diagonal is invalid, but that means we have to have a wave 3 here. And that means that this move up, right, has to be an impulse or a 3-wave structure. Well, it can't be an impulse because of the overlap. And a diagonal internally in 3 is never allowed. So it needs to be a zigzag, but then we have to talk about a double zigzag, right? So we need to have a WXY or WX and then a Y here. Now, if this is your WXY, then your X hit to 0.7, so it does reduce probabilities for a double zigzag. And if this is your WXY, your wave Y is very short. So this is the reason why at the moment, preferably, your diagonal is finished. Now, it doesn't mean you can't take the high, because you can have a flat. Yeah? So probability-wise, it makes a lot more sense at the moment to look for this. Again, your wave B or 2 can be any corrective structure. At least wave B can be anything. Wave 2 can't be a triangle, but anything else. So you can still have a flat. So you make a fake high and then move down, right? But at the moment, we have quite a steep move to the downside here. We've been ranging here for ages now. And in general, you would be looking for a bigger 3-wave corrective structure, preferably ending after Sunday, or at least, midnight Saturday to Sunday. Make a low and then look for signs of strength in that area. Most bearish is, of course, an impulse to the downside, right? Continuation. So then your second leg to the downside is going to be a wave 3. And not a 3-wave like this, area of support, right? Wait for proof of strength and proof of support to come in, market structure changes and and then eventually move up. No, in this scenario, you look for impulsive continuation down and volume increasing. So at the moment, I just want to keep it simple. Rosie told me this, was it? No, wait. I don't think it was Rosie. 1 second, I'm confused now between two members. Oh, it was Rosie. No, it was. Said this morning in the Discord Gold Elliott Waves group, I believe it was. Oh yeah, here. Thanks, Koens, for keeping it simple and structured. Sometimes I lose track when zooming into the lower time frames. So I just want to keep it simple. I don't want to go into all the WXYs and those type of things. I for now just observe the diagonals, most simple structures, and observing the local price action here. But preferably from a diagonal point of view, it's preferably you're finished. Shout out, please. Ethan Raisin, shout out to you. Did I forget mentioning your name? I'm not sure. Level 8, yeah, much calmer today. Okay, that's good to hear. What's up, Fozzie? How you doing? Robot, welcome. What's the idea about long position on altcoins? Depends on your plan and strategy, but most of the alts are in areas of interest. Right, so they are hitting support levels. On Sunday, we have another altcoin stream. So let me have a look here. So this Sunday, yeah, we should have another altcoin stream, so it should be interesting. I thought one structure in a diagonal. No, so in a diagonal, you either have a 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. So impulse, zigzag, impulse. Meaning wave 2 and 4 are zigzag family structures, simple or double zigzag, or even triple. Wave 1, 3, and 5 are impulse, or a leading diagonal. Wait, revert, back. A leading diagonal in a wave A or 1 can be a 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, or all of the waves are zigzag family structures. So either impulse, zigzag family, impulse, wow. Or everything is a zigzag family structure. An ending diagonal can only have zigzag family structures. So everything has to be a 3-wave move. So yeah, you can't have one wave that is a 5-wave, like wave 1 being a 5-wave impulse and wave 3 being a zigzag. That's not possible in a diagram. It has to be the same. What's up, Pistachio? So yeah, not much happening on the chart, so I guess we're going to start the analysis now. We pretty much spoke about it shortly, but of course there's a few things. Now to the... Yeah, okay, let's start the analysis. Let's start. 21 minutes, perfect. Bit of water. By the way, interesting YouTube name. Habib E. Kuda Educational Forum. Yo, I've been to many educational forums. Okay. So locally, keeping it simple, right? Oftentimes better as well. So we have a diagonal here on the chart. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate it, mate. And here we have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a wave 5, finishing 1 or A, looking for a bigger 3-wave corrective structure in a B or a wave 2. Now, preferably, your B or 2 ends after the 382 fib time, taken from the start to the end of 1 or A, sitting on midnight, Saturday to Sunday. So pretty much Sunday. So preferably, we finish a B or 2 on Sunday, and till the end of the weekend or early next week, we just go sideways. Now, wave B or 2 can be any corrective structure. Wave 2 can't be a triangle, which means you can have a zigzag ABC, you can have a WXY sharp, WXY zigzag, flat structures, right, where you do take this high first. We don't know, right? We only, so far, only have a move to the downside. So we got to wait for a retracement to come, as mentioned in the morning update as well. Now we do have some additional support to the downside. Golden pocket 55.7 to 55.9 is also some additional support with the golden pocket confluence here. So that is quite interesting. And I have been pulling a couple of different volume profiles in this range because they actually do give quite some different results with regards to the value area highs and lows, as you can see on the chart. So the point of controls are relatively close together, but then here, right, also resistance, you have the value area highs, and here you have the value area lows. So it gives a little bit of an indication for some more areas of support and resistance. Of course, this is then support. Here is some more resistance to the upside as well. And your second diagonal is a finished ABC, 535. C is finished, and you look for an impulse to the downside. In other words, strong signs of weakness, high amount of volume to the downside, price moving down impulsively, volume increasing as price moves down to go for the lows one more time at least, right? While in this scenario, you look for the highs first. Now, the invalidation of the bear scenario is simple, that's the high. So in both of the cases, we're looking for similar price action at the moment, right? The bullish and bearish scenario from that regard is pretty similar. So you're going to look for a sideways range first in between support resistance. And then we have to observe what structure is going to form, because here you're looking for after the sideways range, right? You look for continuation down, while in the bullish scenario, you look for continuation up. Arguably, the bullish one here would have some higher probabilities at the moment. And we have some interesting resistance still. Daily naked point of control at 60.9K. Weekly naked point of control at 62.8K. It would also be quite interesting to see some more greed coming in again, like price stabilizing and ranging, moving up impulsively in a wave C to hit resistance, people becoming bullish and then wreck everyone once again. As price has been doing so since 72K. So that would be interesting. This is at the moment the two scenarios that I'm keeping an eye on. If we really want to go into a lot of detail, you can say, well, if this is a 3-wave structure in a diagonal, right? So all of the waves are zigzag family structures, and this is a 3-waver. Your wave C only hit the 0.618, which is very short for a wave C, right? your wave 3 here is either an ABC or a WXY, but by all means, wave 3 is a little bit longer than wave 1. It's not ideal, but not an invalidation. What you do like to see, though, is a diagonal ending on a high amount of volume, also called a throw over or a throw under generally when you finish on a high amount of volume. In this case, officially, we didn't actually hit the 1-3 trend line. But they do like to end on a high amount of volume, and actually a throw over or throw under is, of course, moving above, but we didn't do that. It's just they do like to end on high volume, which is part of the Elliott wave guidelines as well. So it's not a rule that it has to happen, but in a termination of a corrective structure or a diagonal, you do like to see a high amount of volume. So it would fit with the news candle that we had yesterday as well. And this is a 5-3-5. So impulse, correction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, wave 3 is longer than 1. So it's not ideal, but this is just keeping things simple. No? And at the moment, it's the highest probability scenarios. So let me have a quick check here. If we want to do anything with zigzags, then this would be ABC. So this is a bit of live analysis. Right? If we have an unfinished B, then what are we looking for? WXY. WXY. 1 second there. WXY. WX, A, B, C, Y. That would be a very awkward sideways double combo though. Zigzag, MBC, WX. Yeah, you're just gonna mess around with WXYs. It's just not even, it's not worth it. So, so this is what we're looking for locally. At the moment, right, mentioned the support and the resistance areas. I do continue to keep an eye on the CVD divergences. So as price moved down, we continuously had bearish CVD on the chart, lower high, lower high, lower high, higher highs on the CVD. In this range, we had the same, but price never really found its way to the downside. We didn't have bullish CVDs until just before the news. Higher low in price, lower low on the CVD, a bullish CVD, which played out with price moving up. This is the news candle here, by the way. On a daily time frame, I do shortly want to zoom out. So on a daily, if we look for a zigzag to the downside, no, we have a diagonal in A. Now, the reason I highlight this again is because if we count wave C as an ending diagonal, your wave A is already a diagonal. So wave C also being a diagonal would be very uncommon, of course, right? Also with regards to alternation, preferably your wave C is a sharp impulsive structure, no? So you look for a 5-wave move that is either finished, or we're looking for a 4 or 5 and then move up. But a normal impulsive move instead of another diagonal. I actually thought about this morning. And I don't know if it was Carl that wrote a YouTube comment as well, and he had the same thought where, you know, we are looking here for potentially here a diagonal, right, or the one Flotty had, an expanding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is an expanding structure, but those again are diagonals. And you already have a wave A diagonal. Now, by all means, it doesn't change the fact that the probabilities are much higher for a 3-wave corrective structure. The probabilities are much higher for bullish continuation on the weekly time frame. We are hitting support areas on the daily time frame, left, right, and center, right? Wave C target area is hit. Also for your WXY, 1.236 target area is also hit. So we are reaching areas of support. So it does become interesting to look for local signs of strength. Yeah, I think you know, counting this move down doesn't count as a nice impulse, but counting it as a diagonal is a bit doubtful because your wave A is already a diagonal. So it's something that's why I prefer now to I prefer to focus on the lower time frames. The weekly time frame is I mean, the weekly is easy. The weekly is quite simple. We have, where is it? My bullish. Oh, there we go. So on the weekly, bullish scenario number 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're looking for this yellow 3 to finish internally, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in green. If you hit 49.3k, this scenario is invalidated, and the probability switch to this 1, 2, 3 longer sideways, 4, 5, preferably this way 4 ends after the 12th of August, hitting this target area. On the chart, invalidation 37.7, and then move up for a final leg in 5. So the weekly remains much higher probabilities for the bulls. You really got to take 38.5 to switch to bearish probabilities. So I mean, we're not even close. But yeah, I like to keep an eye on the lower time frames, on the daily here, and on the 15-minute time frame with this move to the downside. I explained this morning. Wait, I got the probabilities here. I said on the 15 minutes, keeping an eye on a bit of a bounce to the upside, looking for at least the 382 at some point. Now, due to the bearish CVD divergences all the time, right, I first like to see these invalidated, or I like to see some bullish ones coming in. And we had bearish all the way, and then out of nowhere, we had a small little bullish CVD, which happened to play out. Now, we didn't yet invalidate the bearish. We actually got to take the high. But we did have a bullish CVD here, which did play out with price moving to the upside locally. So we haven't yet touched the 382. Right? That would generally be a minimum target. But I told Silver this morning or earlier today that, one second, I have it. I told them, what did I tell them? Where is my, oh, here, updates. So I said it started with this. So if I remove these two boxes, I said the fact price is, wait, let me do this. Boom, boom. The fact price is moving sideways for quite a while already increases the probabilities that the move down is finished, or at least soon finished, minimum. So looking for signs of strength is interesting. Support below is the box, and then we have the resistance, so I mentioned that. And then I talk about, well, if we do move down first, I would be interested to look for a bit of a flat or power of 3 type of move, where you grab the liquidity below the range and then move towards the upside, maybe move down a bit further to hit support. But we have the value area lows here, as mentioned earlier, with the different pools that I did as well, right? So you have, not this one, what were the pools that I did on the 1 hour, the bigger one? Yeah, so here you have some value area lows as additional support to the downside, and then a power of 3, probably a flat from an Elliott wave perspective is interesting, but that's of course if you move down first. So yeah, that is what I've been keeping an eye on. Pretty much been keeping an eye on signs of strength, because price is moving sideways for such a long time now. Pretty much today, nothing happened. Today, price price has moved in this range for the whole day so far. Absolutely zero happened. For a scalper that is a range trader as well, this is a perfect world, no? But for me personally, it's not it's not clear. I had a short here. I closed it in the range when I woke up this morning. I was actually looking for a bit lower, but when price started ranging here for so long, I lost confidence. So I just took my Big Bang 1R. But hey, 1% a day keeps the doctor away. Okay, so I mean, this is pretty much the analysis. This is what we're looking for this whole day. Oops, my sharing was off. I had the naked point of control on the chart above price as well as below, and I also have the daily on the chart below price. And these are the levels I keep an eye on. And then also we have an order block here, so another area of resistance, which I believe is in confluence with the golden pockets. Yes, so that is another area of confluence, and I think that area is also in confluence with the value area high. So close to that one, and if we take it from the low, yeah, so it's an area of interest, no? So let's make this white, and yeah, let's keep the white box here on the chart as well. Make this one a little bigger. There we go. Up, up. Et voilà, mon ami, c'est tout. And yeah, let's put this. Okay. Now on the 1 hour, by the way, we have big bullish CVDs, which I know about. So higher low in price, lower low in the CVD, which also it does increase probabilities for the bullish scenario that we have. So diagonal correction continuation. It is Friday now. It doesn't really happen too often that on a Friday you're going to start a massive wave 3. As from an Elliott wave perspective, of course, you could have your 1, 2 and a second wave 1 diagonal 2 and then up in 3. It's Friday, so it's not great probabilities. Plus a diagonal in a second wave 1 while the first is an impulse. Of course it happens, but the bigger diagonals do look a bit better. And even if we look for a 1, 2, second 1, you're still going to look for a bigger corrective structure, a 3-wave move preferably. But I am very well aware of the bullish CVDs that we have on the 1 hour time frame. So that's another reason why it is interesting to look for signs of strength locally and observe what price does in this area, and possibly lower if we continue the range. Now, when the weekend hits, most commonly price moves sideways from an Elliott wave point of view. Probabilities would be on the side for a ranging structure during the weekend and not an impulsive move during the weekend. So this is something we have to keep in mind. The previous weekend, quite interestingly, was quite impulsive actually, right? Quite a big move for the weekend. If you would check the previous weekends, you will very quickly find out that the previous weekends did absolutely nothing. You just went sideways. So yeah, no. So that's it. So let's go into chat and Q&A. We started 21 minutes. So let's see what you guys think. Pleasure, Jackman. Pleasure. Thanks for popping in and also commenting. I love reading comments. I gotta say, I woke up this morning and there were so many comments from video last night, and then I did the video this morning. I needed to plan sometimes in the agenda to reply to everyone. It starts to become a challenge. We were here. So Patrick, cheers, man. Best Elliott wave analysis. I appreciate it. Thanks, Patrick. Sibel, afternoon. How are you doing? DJ Sibel. Makes me think. Gotta still listen to the 2 songs. I have your email on unread and flagged, but I gotta listen to them. Sorry for that. Can you draw Donald Trump or a dragon without wings? I'm afraid I cannot. I am not an artist. In high school we had I don't know how it is, of course, in other countries, but in the Netherlands, if you're in high school, you always have art as a class or whatever it's called in some schools, but drawing, and you got to do stuff with your hands. So handvaardigheid, you got to do stuff with your hands, which includes art and painting, but also building stuff. And I was never a hero in those classes. Those were very difficult for me. It's not that I don't have the coordination, but it's just I don't have a it's just not of my interest. I do love good art. I like to go to a museum and enjoy walking around and hearing about the history of stuff. But yeah, you won't really see me create art unless it's on the chart. So, and meaning Elliott wave analysis and the sentiment stuff I did recently. Ali, welcome. ETH on support, Bitcoin resistance. We also go in the weekend. I'm quite, Friday is already, of course, done for most of the day. New York is going to open very soon. So I'm curious to see if New York is going to give us anything. But yeah. I'm BTC Maxi. Yeah, I also only trade Bitcoin. This is really a low leading diagonal in response of the Elliott wave. So I spoke about it in the analysis just now, so I probably answered this question during the analysis as well. So following the rules, yeah, absolutely, it's fine, but it's wave 3 is a bit longer than 1, but it's not an invalidation. Of course, it's never ideal, but it is not an invalidation. The same is true from all-time high to 56K. Wave 3 actually moved below the 1-to-1. Just by a week, but it did happen. But nowadays it's not an invalidation anymore with the newer rules. So yeah, and then of course all of the waves have to be zigzags, or you have impulse, zigzag, impulse, zigzag, impulse. In that case, preferably we're looking for 3-wave structures. But yeah, I spoke about it. It's better to keep things simple here. Did you realize, what's up Crypto Sarah, by the way, did you realize the top of the recent highs was rejected at the 101 of wave 1/A? Taken from this. Oh wait, yes, because I had this on my stream yesterday. So yesterday I was doing some analysis live, or was it 2 days ago? I'm not sure. Yes, it was on the 10th. So you got to go to the live stream. And we were looking for potentially a bigger target area between the 1.2, the one that you have on the chart here, and the 1.236 that I had here, taken from this low to this high to then the low we made here. Okay, so it must have been the 11th then. So that is yesterday. But yeah, of course, for a finished ABC, that would be very interesting, right? A, B, diagonal in a wave C, but you do have bullish CVD divergences everywhere. And still, even if we would impulse down, you want to still see a retracement up first for a 2 and a 3, because so far we haven't hit the 382 minimum, which of course for a wave 2 would be a minimum target. It's very rare for 2 not to at least hit the 382. And if you do move down and take the low first, no problem. 382 is going to move down, because eventually you do expect a retracement up to hit the 382 minimum. So even in the bearish scenario, you would still expect price to look for a retracement into some resistance areas at some point, which is the probabilities I shared this morning here, 50-minute. Right? So looking for a bit of a bounce at some point to move into the fibs. WXY ASMR stream. American make work hard to keep Elliott people busy. They do, eh? Sometimes it's very easy. Like, I'm always a big fan of counting lower time frames. I don't know, in some way for me it's easier. The weekly is very easy. You know, I know what I'm looking for. So I trade lower time frames. As a day trader, 15-minute is my cup of tea pretty much. So I like to hang around on the 15 and use that for trading in confluence with Elliott waves and other tools. The daily is a little tricky, but we are reaching areas of support with any scenario on the daily. So it starts to be interesting to look for signs of strength. And of course, bullish CVDs is one of the tools that is interesting. On the 1 hour as well. Yes, that is possible. But of course, it starts with we look for a bounce into the fibs, and then it's about observing the reaction at the resistance areas here. Of course, the most bullish scenario would be continuation, where this is then regarded as a flat ABC, yes. But if this is a flat ABC, then you would need to count this probably as a wave 2 and a double 1-2, 1-2-1 flat in 2 continuation. Would of course be very bullish. You had 8 1% trades in that range. Yo, nice, 8%. Oh wait, the small range here. Yeah, we spoke. Yeah, for a scalper, it's a dream. So it's not really my way of trading. I had a 1R short, and that's that. I think it's more waiting for more information. You had a good go. Get the Oracle. I actually forgot what she said yesterday, guys. What did wifey said? Ashley? I don't know. She's okay. I got to be a bit quicker. I see. Ledger. What's your opinion? We go lower from here. At the moment, we are looking first for a retracement into the fibs to the upside, either directly now or one more low. I don't really care, but we have a sharp move down, so we're looking for a move back up to at least hit the 382 and then take it from there step by step. Look for signs of weakness, and then a potential another move down. Now, if we are here and the weekend hits, it's very likely you're just gonna continue ranging here, no? Between 55.7 and the highs that we made at 59.5. Mate, I would be so screwed without your analysis. We thank you. I've never joined a live stream in my life or chatted in 20 years of YouTube and gaming. Wow. Wow. Yo, I'm honored. Never joined a live stream in my life or chatted in 20 years of YouTube and gaming. Look at you go. Thanks, Jack. I appreciate it, man. And yeah, I just hope that all the Elliott wave analysis helps people. You know, it's never financial advice, as everyone knows, because we're on YouTube. You know, I'm not an advisor, but I'm an analyst on YouTube, and of course a trader myself. And I just like to share my my 2 cents. No? Now we are becoming handvaardig in trading. Exactly. Handvaardigheid, lekker knutselen. Yeah. We only had budget to make potato peeling art. A great budget for the schools. Yeah, I like your analysis a lot and how you cope every... thank you, Jingle. I'll go with Jingle. Thank you. Yeah, for some it might be a bit confusing, but people that know a little bit about Elliott waves will know that you always need a bullish and bearish scenario per time frame, analyze different scenarios, and then attach probabilities based on the analysis. I, of course, like to use other tools like CVD as well. But yeah, happy to hear that. Thanks. And Jingle, I actually think it's your first message, if I'm not mistaken. I have not seen your name pop up before. So thanks for the message and welcome. Love to see it. Of course, Elliott waves is very technical, but I try to make it as simple as possible. Yeah, Kaifi, of course, on a daily, we failed to claim the daily level from daily level. You probably mean this daily level, I guess, so 58.2. Well, the moment for me, the moment a daily is hit, I remove it from my chart. But what I do keep an eye on is this, just a simple support resistance area. So if you really, of course, want to switch bullish, I mean, you got to do the same as you did here at 56. Move above, retest, good bullish CVDs, continue towards the upside, right? Very simple analysis tool, simple support resistance analysis. So yeah, we are currently having, you know, the more often you test resistance, the weaker it becomes. But we have tested it twice so far, rejected twice. And yeah, you got to flip this level, move above, retest, solid signs of strength, and then we can move towards the upside. Yeah, and the simple forms of analysis are sometimes the best way to go. No, I do like to keep an eye on very simple support resistance areas. Yeah, that's of course at the moment because of the downtrend as well. So you're in a downtrend. Of course, your buyer absorptions are going to be very important. All of the bearish CVDs have a higher probability than playing out because of all because of the trend that you're in. So you wanna see it flip. Now we do have now 1 hour bullish CVDs. Let's actually go to a 1 hour chart. We of course had 1 hour bullish CVDs here as well. These played out, price moved up, took the highs. So the bull CVDs played out, and then during the move down, we had consistent bearish CVDs locally, increasing the probabilities to move down. Now at the moment, once again, you can see that here we have a higher low in price, lower low in the CVD, right? So again, a bullish CVD. So we could get a similar scenario where you do move up, and you might even move above the support resistance area. But then the question is, are you gonna retest it as support? Because in this range, the volume profile here, right, moving resistance, 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 moving above. But as mentioned, we want to see support and preferably change the structure, right, minimum. But yeah, we didn't hold the value area low. So you could get something similar, right? Bullish CVD divergences over here playing out, grab the highs, range. We have some resistance here. If you do take 63.8, right, we're going to be looking for other scenarios as well. But this is then area of interest, move down, or signs of strength continue. Now it is Friday and the weekend is coming up. Weekend generally a sideways structure. So if we do get any volatility, then preferably it's before the weekend, no? We tested this order block twice as well now. So yeah, if you come up once again, I mean, probabilities are high. You're going to move above this order block. And then we have a daily naked point of control and a weekly as resistance. Those are going to be the one I'll be keeping an eye on. I would love a crash like last weekend. Last weekend price moved up and then moved down. Are you familiar with chart champions? Yes. Yeah, I just know about them. As I know about many other channels in the crypto space, because of course it's a space that I've been in for a while, and I know other analysts. But yeah, I mean, trading, developing a strategy, I've been going at it myself for years. So learning to trade is just doing yourself. Learning to analyze, yeah, it might be helpful to join a community. If you have interest in Elliott waves, then the community we have here would be a place to be. If you're interested in Wyckoff, you want to go to a Wyckoff channel. If you're interested in, I don't know, something else, you want to go to the something else channel. So it depends on what you find interesting. So the first step of learning to trade is actually learning about the tools that you like. And if you figure out what your favorite tools are, you can find people online that are experts in using these tools, and you can learn from them, right? But yeah, at the beginning, for me, it was a bit of a sharp learning curve, personal learning curve. Okay, so we have a bit of volume to the upside now, right? So we are almost at the daily naked point of control. This is where things now become interesting as well. So we have the bullish CVDs here. Let me actually pull a fib. Let's see, did we retrace to anything interesting? Well, must have been the 0.5, no? 0.5. Yeah, so we retraced to the 0.5. And also the probabilities of this morning played out, which is great. because we now moved up and we hit at least the 382, right? That's the minimum. So that's positive. So now that we have the probabilities playing out of this morning, right, looking for a bounce to the upside, it's now about observing price hitting the resistance areas. And I apparently removed accidentally my stuff from the chart. Nice. So this was the other resistance. So we have a little bit of volume coming in, right? Price moving up, volume coming in. Bearish, the most recent bearish CVD is now invalidated. So we had the bearish CVD here, low, 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 and then higher, higher, high. We had a bit of bullish CVD here for the first time, played out. Bearish CVD was still active, but not anymore because now we invalidated this. Yeah. And now we have a green candle with CVD moving down on yellow, which is an in-candle CVD divergence, right? On the 5 minute, it already closed. The moment price moves above this candle, it played out, right? So no signs of weakness at the moment. So the bullish CVD we had here was this one, right? And then we still have the bigger bullish CVD. That's also what increases the probabilities of the yeah, so the retracement on the 1 hour retracement, preferably of course a three-wave structure. I mean, there is potential for an A, B, C here, a short one. But yeah, we got the retracement. We got the move up. Oh, we just take it step by step and level by level, no? But I don't really like to go against bigger bullish CVD. So the fact we do have the bullish here just adds probabilities to still taking the highs, looking for the daily or the weekly naked point of control, and then observe if we do get a rejection there. We had bullish CVD here, same thing, eventually played out, hit resistance, moved down on continuous bearish CVDs, every range. Of course, if you're bullish, you don't want to see that, no? So it's not like we bounce here on an amazing area of support or something. Like, it's difficult to say why we stopped here. I mean, if we take a volume profile, yeah, but value area low. There's always a value area to find, no? Would be this one. But yeah, doesn't matter. Probabilities played out. We happy. Because I mean, I was interested to look for longs, but because of the bearish CVDs here, I didn't feel comfortable to move into longs. And then the moment we saw signs of strength, I missed it because I was having lunch. Lol. So, and now we're at resistance again. How to make people vote for RNDR? I mean, we have done RNDR actually quite a lot on the channel. I don't know. This is okay. Wait. Oh, sorry for that. I can just do this. Okay, so not in that one. Not in that one. RNDR. When was the last time we did? Oh, here. We did RNDR. That was 3 weeks ago. Man, time flies, eh? Yeah, RNDR 3 weeks ago. Are you still? I closed it. So I was short here, but I closed it in this range because I wanted to see more impulsive downside, and we got it. So this was overnight for me. So I went short, went to bed. We got this move down, then started ranging sideways, but we were ranging here for too long for my feeling. And that is why eventually in silver, holy moly. So in silver, I eventually wrote the fact price is moving sideways for quite a while, increases the probability to move down is finished, right? So, and we're going to be looking for price to move up. So I didn't feel comfortable to just sit in my short, and I prefer to wait for the next opportunity with, again, just better probabilities than holding on to a short or make it hit my stop loss break even. So even though it's only a 1R, it was actually good trading because I had a good idea of what I wanted to see on the chart, which is continuation down, preferably on volume. But we ranged sideways, and then based on my analysis, with Elliott wave knowledge being the backbone, we went sideways too long. We didn't hit the 382, so I started to look for price to eventually bounce, and if we did move down first to take out this low and then move up, I wouldn't have cared about missing another 1 or 2R. I prefer to be safe than sorry, and in this case it worked out nicely. So I take 1R home and wait for the next one. Which platform do you use for charting? Charting TradingView, link in the description. Footprints I don't use, but I have experience with ATAS and EXO charts. If you like footprints and order flow, I think EXO charts has a better look and feel to it. But I do like ATAS more for naked point of controls. It's just such a clean tool. Ali, we like to hear it. You cleaned your chart with the boxes. Yeah, very, very nice. You've been checking out the educational content. Yeah, so you saw this video, the less is more. It's already 1 year old, but oh boy, it remains relevant, absolutely relevant till this day. It's cleaning up your chart, right? Cleaning up the chart, making it simple. Don't have 100 levels, right? It makes it so difficult to trade. Less is more. Good to hear that you actually implemented it as well. T. Clepson, BTC TA. Now, of course, I mean, look, there's always something to find. So there's always a line or a thing. And in my case, it would be a value area low. But it's not the most obvious pull to have the value area low here. But there's never a random pivot, as they like to say. This morning, yes, we were thinking up, correct. By the way, let me put the times off here. We don't need that. So yes, we had the higher probability of being up when we were ranging. I mentioned it this morning in the probabilities. Now that we have moved up, we are at resistance, okay? So the probabilities already played out, and now it's patience. Got to observe, look for signs of strength, signs of weakness. Signs of strength would be passing daily naked point of control. Next resistance is the white box here. Past the white box, you're going to be looking for the highs, really. Inge. Sounds like a Dutch name, actually, but new subscriber here, fully convinced after watching your video for 20 minutes. Thank you. Cheers, Inge G. Appreciate you. Welcome to the channel. Happy to have you here as a brand new subscriber. You are almost number 1250. I actually have 500. 12,500. Not. Let's see. We are currently, I haven't been checking the numbers, got to be honest. We are at 12,400. Waiting for the refresh here. 12,400. Come on. And something. What are we at here? 12,489. So you are probably number 12,489. Yeah, Inge, thanks for being here. Appreciate the sub. Glad you enjoy the content. And hopefully you will continue to enjoy the content and the analysis. If you have any questions, always feel free to ask. Either live on live streams, pretty much live every day, or in the community. Previous week point of control. The previous weak point of control. Interesting. I'm actually going to open Atos now. I'm interested to see. 1 second. 1 second, 1 second. I got to do this here. But I want to see in Atos where's my previous weak point of control, because I don't think my point of control is down here. It's opening up. 1 second. I never know if it opens in. Wait, what's this? Nice. I gotta cut this off, man. Using the webcam as a mirror. Come on. Ah, there we go. It's opening on my other screen. Cool. I'm gonna open Atos, see where my weekly point of control is. Let's also check it on the chart. Really? You mean the current weekly point? Wait. Your previous week point of control. But how is your previous week point of control down here? Saturday, Sunday. Okay, I see 12. Okay, yeah, and then we started ranging, so I get that. Yeah. Sunday. Okay, there we go. Turn right off. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the reason I don't have it on my chart is because we already hit it. Okay, I get it now. So I can close Atos again. Okay, close. Yes, please. So yeah, we already hit it. So I immediately removed them from my chart. We went straight up and passed the previous weekly point of control, which was naked, but not anymore the moment you pass it. And then I immediately remove it from my chart. So yeah, of course it is the point of control of this area of the chart. Even then, pretty much didn't hit it to the T, but it's close. A very tough time right now. Yeah, you can vote. Yeah, well, you can vote once, but you can select multiple coins. Yeah, the probabilities on ETH are still higher to move up on the weekly. What will the Bitcoin all-time high be like? From an Elliott wave point of view, at the moment between 104 and 180. It's of course a big area, but there's no information yet to be more specific. This is analysis on the monthly. Kiwi, have a good night. Thanks for being here. It's not easy learning scalping in New Zealand. Time zones, eh? Trading has always liquidated K. I'm not sure what you mean, Najibullah. No, I mean the indicator. It's correct. You have the previous week point of control there. It's just that I was clueless because I immediately removed it from my chart the moment we hit it. I only look at naked point of controls, which includes the weekly, but it was never naked because you immediately took it from the start of the week. What does the BTC ETF markets open and close? I know when the markets open, but ETF markets, I wouldn't know. But New York is now opened since 5 minutes and closes at 10 p.m. Dutch time, Central European time. 57350. Wow, there's a lot of difference. So the volume profile says 56.5, 57.3. Okay, I'm immediately nice. I checked Discord. Let me get rid of Gaga there. The bounce came from point of control. So point of control funnel. What's a point of control funnel? But yeah, so it's the point of control. Yeah. So nice setup, good trade. Hopefully you took it as well. Yeah. Have a plan, stick to the plan. But yeah, so it's the volume level. More than 150k, I will have a new Jaguar, which I'll take the girls for a ride. Treat yourself, but manage money wisely. I think one of the best books are the books from MJ DeMarco. Links in the description. Unscripted is my favorite. And it not only teaches you about how to build a business, which I think, for me, this book is the best book ever that speaks about what you actually have to do. Very cutthroat. But it also explains how to become wealthy but remain wealthy. So it has all sorts of calculations that you can do, which are not difficult. He shows them step by step. And eventually what you want to do is you want to calculate a number that is called your, I did this myself, I have it in my notes. It's called your escape number. And your escape number is the escape number to escape the rat race, pretty much. And your escape number is an X amount of dollars, right? That it depends on your currency, that you need to earn to live passively from your investments that you put into different places. You have the dividend stuff, and you have that stuff and that stuff, but your investments are going to pay for your lifestyle. So instead of using income to pay for your lifestyle, you're going to use return of investment to pay for your lifestyle. So your income is invested and you have a safety pot and all that stuff. You have cash in the bank and la. But then the money you put into investments is going to pay for your Jaguar, pretty much, instead of using income to pay for it. But yeah, there's a lot more detail to everything. But I mean, it's a great author, great book. I use Coinbase because with my other trading strategy, the Coinbase Wix, it just works the best. Based on data, the Coinbase chart works the best for the other strat. So that is why I use Coinbase. From an Elliott wave point of view, I'm thinking about changing to the index chart. But then I have to change everything. So I have to move everything to the index chart, which of course will take a little while. I'll probably do that during a live stream. Should be quite interesting. So we do have some bullish CVDs, again, very, very locally. Well, we hit resistance perfectly, by the way. Nice. So solid. More bullish CVDs. Bit of bearish CVDs now as well. Lower high, higher high. But you are in a local uptrend. But you are also at resistance. So it's like neutral. No, it's not naked anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a weekly naked point of control anymore. I only have a hit one. So the point of control for me is it's not naked. Bad time for me as well. Good night, Ways of the Jedi. Potential short from here. Depends on your plan and strategy. So I think I have an idea for the 6 steps, but you need to follow 6 steps. So the moment you feel like you have to ask this question, just remove your money from your exchange. Because it's not worth it. If you don't know what you're doing, and you need to ask people to go long or short or look for potential long or short, you don't have a plan. And if you don't have a plan and trade without a plan, you're going to lose, which is a waste of money, of course, if you trade without a plan or knowledge. So what I recommend is, instead of trading, follow these 6 steps. Step 1, try as many free tools as you can, right, on TradingView. Build experience. Step 2, find your favorite tools and build statistics, right? Step 3 is combine some of your favorite tools and build statistics on the combination. Step 4, tweak and adjust. So you have your tools, you're going to add one, you're going to remove one, right? More tools, meaning add a tool, remove a tool, build more statistics. Step 5 is trade your strategy, your combination of tools, which is now your strategy. So start trading it. Build statistics, but work on your trading psychology. And for trading psychology, I recommend the book in the description, which is one of the first ones, The Mental Game of Trading. And then step 6 is increase your portfolio size. And that is when, of course, it really pays off. But before you start trading, you need a plan or a strat. If you're just trading because someone else says long or short, you got a problem. It's better to stop. How to target. Targets, that's a different question. That's quite interesting. So targets, of course, everyone has a different style of analysis. But I have targets that are support and resistance areas that I find myself. So when I enter a trade and I know where I put my stop loss, which is the invalidation of my setup, right? I then look for my targets, but my targets generally are the support and resistance areas that I find on my chart. And I observe as price is moving towards the target. So targets are other support resistance areas that you find based on your analysis. Now, sometimes, of course, it may not reach your target area. So the short that I took here, my target was just below these lows here because of the value area low of the whole range. And it's also above this box. Now we got relatively close, but I was asleep here, and we moved back up and price started ranging. And this is where during the range I was like, okay, it's not going down fast enough. It's not following the plan I had anymore, which means I got to get out, right? I don't want to be greedy. There's always a next opportunity. There's always the next trade. I took the trade. It went down according to plan, but then it started ranging not according to plan, so I got out. And I still made profit, but I only made 1R instead of 3R. But hey, profit is profit, and I stuck to my plan, and when my plan changed, I did what I had to do. So yeah, but I have a plan. Another one, I think this one is even better. Remember, we had a daily naked point of control here, right? That we were looking for. I took a short here, and my target was the daily naked point of control. The daily naked point of control was also an area of interest for me to long, and my target was the golden pocket and the point of control. Now so both of those were hit. Now in the setups channel, which is public and free, by the way, you can just click the first link in the description, and then you go to the koenztrades. Follow the steps there, and you'll be in no time. But this is the long, where I was looking for price to move up here. So I'm waiting for price to hit the daily naked point of control, look for signs of strength, and then I'm interested, and my target was the golden pocket point of control that we had here. And then I also mentioned I'm interested in a short because this looks 5 wavy for a 535 zigzag to move down. But I mentioned due to all the bullish CVD divergences, I first want to see proper signs of weakness before consideration, right? And we kept building bullish. We kept building bullish CVD divergences. So there were no signs of weakness, so I didn't take the short. But I had a plan. It's just that there was no short. There was a short here, which I took to the daily naked point of control, long from the daily naked point of control to the point of control here and the golden pocket. That's where I exited. So those two did hit my target. It's just that the latest trade I had didn't hit my target. Holy moly, what's happening on the chart, yo? Look at the yellow CVD. Nice. Yellow CVD showing what it's got. I see. Coming before expansion. Interesting. Funnel technique. Yeah, it's like a support and resistance area around that point of control, pretty much. You will remove I will remove the daily naked point of control once we either move above to higher levels or we fall back below, like we actually get a proper reaction. For now, we are still building bullish CVDs here at resistance. So I just want to keep it on the chart. And now I have 2 boxes. Oh, wait, I moved it in my targets. I see what happened here. Never mind. Interesting. I'm always interested in seeing and learning new things. Can always be very relevant. I generally don't really use too much new info, but I am always interested. Yeah, I would agree. Also, very soon I'll have a link for all of you that want to try FDMO. Dell, cheers. Thank you. And welcome here. Thanks for your support. Thanks for hanging out. So I appreciate your comment. 12,490 now. Almost 12.5k on the channel. It's ridiculous. So the first year, like 20th of Feb last year till New Year's Eve, so 2023 New Year's Eve, the channel went from 0 to 5,700-ish. And from New Year's Eve till where we are now, it is from 5.7k to 12.5k, which of course is insane. If you had option for 3 tools on TradingView, what 3 indicators would you choose that are relevant to Elliott Wave, excluding RSI and Fibs? Well, you need to use Fibs because Fibs are part of Elliott Waves. So you know that it's very important in Elliott Wave analysis to use Fibs. But other tools, I would say CVD because that's just I love I love CVD. It's one of my favorite tools. I made a whole video about it here, which has been viewed the most on this channel. 28,000 views on the CVD video here. So that would be number one, which arguably is an indicator. But I don't use any other indicator. Now, if I can recommend an indicator, if you, I guess, is looking for point of controls. Now, there is an indicator that does that, market sessions, volume profile by Leviathan here. And it will show you daily point of controls, value area highs and value area lows. So it's set on the day, right? So you can see the daily point of control. There's one here that was tapped right at the beginning of the day. But the red lines are the point of controls, and then blue is value area high, value area low. This is an indicator. I personally use ATAS, but on ATAS, I guess it's also an indicator, but I just want to know the volume level. So that would be number 2. And I don't really have a third indicator because I don't use anything here except for volume. I mean, yeah, I guess that's that. Volume. I use volume as well, just the bars. I don't really use anything else. To be honest, the watermark is for Koens. I have no idea what this is anymore. Volume spread is also volume, but then with numbers on the volume bar, so I can see how much volume it is. This is TPO, which I never really do or use. And this is CVD on TradingView, but it's better on AGGR compared to TradingView. I think we hit the 886 now, no? Yeah. We hit the 886, so the probabilities are high to take out this high here. Oh. Andrew knows. Oh yeah, I just spoke about the daily naked point of control. You can use that indicator. I would recommend watching for how do I find them. Watch this video. Where is it? Volume profile. This one, the ESUS tool, will change your trading for the better. That's the volume profile, which I use it all the time. As you can see in my content, it's very, very good. So watch this video. You will also learn how to find point of controls. And I talk about some other stuff you can use. Now, one of them is this indicator here, right? By Leviathan. You can also use ATAS or ExoCharts. And I have templates of ATAS in my Good to Know channel. Scroll down. And these are the ATAS templates for point of controls. Daily and weekly, monthly. Is there something about common targets in written form? Yes, that would be this website. It's a website in the description. If you scroll down, you go to Elliott Wave Education. There is a website there with a laptop logo emote in front, which gets you to this website. And here you can see more about Elliott Waves and targets, and just make sure you also read the top, right? Read this so you know what the colors mean. Yeah, that would be a good website for you, Vector. No, it's different as an order block, but it serves the same function as it's just a support resistance area. So an order block is of course also just a support resistance area. It's volume based, the same is true with a point of control, but a point of control is the highest amount of volume that is traded at that level in a particular time frame. And an order block, right? Order block. This is where, so the best order blocks, in my opinion, are the order blocks that are formed just before a bigger move, right? So you have buyers in here, 2 week, move down. So there's volume in this area. You have buyers that are in a loss all the time, right? And you have the sellers in here, stop losses, put them break even and all that stuff. So it's just generally a volume area, no? We now, by the way, took the high here and moved above the daily naked point of control as well. So we still have some volume coming in. Let's see if price can actually move to the order block. A triangle. A, and then you need a B, C, D, E. It's too, from, I don't know what triangle, but it's too early for me to really here look for triangles. CVD, I would recommend to please watch this video here, Beginner's Guide CVD. It tells you everything you need to know. CVD in short are market orders, market long, market short. So what you see here, right, is the yellow line is moving up, meaning there's market buying, right? And if the line moves down, there's market sell orders coming in. But if there's a bullish divergence, we have a higher low in price, a lower low on the CVD, meaning there's more sellers here than there are sellers here. But price did not go lower, so there's absorption, increasing probabilities to move up, which is what we experience at the moment. So yeah, what's up, Timosteklis? And also in Discord, in the Good to Know channel, I have this here, a one-pager about CVD, which I can recommend. I can imagine it's the most downloaded thing in the whole of my Discord. What's the move now? Up. How to find naked point of controls? I just mentioned to check out the video, which I recommend. Then you'll get a better idea. We'll check out the video. Cheers, Del. So what's a first 60 or 50? 60. What exact CVD indicator can you show in TradingView? I don't use a TradingView indicator. It's AGGR. So I again recommend to watch this video and to then go here to the Good to Know channel in Discord. Check out this website, AGGR, charts.agr.trade. Download the template here, including how to upload the template, and then use it. But it is not on TradingView. I don't use a TradingView CVD indicator. Laksha, welkom. Goed dat je er weer bij bent. Dat is een tijdje geleden. It's interesting. Like recently, quite a lot of people are coming back again after a little break in the chat. But yeah, Laksha, welcome. Good to have you here. How are you doing? CVD, yes, exactly. Dude, I should be a mod. Hey, Andrew, look sus. Yeah, competition for the mods. Yeah, I always keep my eyes open for new mods, and I do have a list actually so I have a Word document, and it has a list of people that want to do something, you know. So if I XYZ, if we need another mod, then I know people that are interested to mod or to admin or to edit. If there is editors, I have a list of names. You know, so it's I know, like, yo, if I eventually need this or that, I know who to reach out to make stuff happen. Huh? Do you think need to trade at compound interest? Keep the profit in the market, increase the depth. What to do if the depth? I don't know what depth is. Compound interest. Keep the profit in the market and increase the depth. I mean, I guess what you talk about is if you trade and you make profit, you take out your initial investment and you then continue to trade with the profit. That would be a safe way to trade, because you can't really lose money if your first trade is a winner and you then use the profit to continue trading. And then just of course use that, so you compound, I suppose. Compounding in another way is if you have a trade setup and you take a long or short, and then later there's another setup and you add to the long or short. But I'm not sure what depth is. Deposit. Okay. Ah, but this is then the opposite. You're going to trade, you make profit, and then you're going to add to it. It depends on your plan. I mean, arguably, dollar cost averaging is exactly what you talk about. You put money in the market, and if you did that many months ago, you're in profit, and you can buy a little bit every time. Like every week, every month, you put in an X amount of money. And if your deposit is not too big, it doesn't matter because you're in it for the long run. Of course, if you are trading as a day trader or scalper, you will be able to increase your small deposit quicker, but the risk is higher, right? So that depends on, I guess, depends on your risk management. Yeah, you got my vote. Don't want to in a 1 hour chart. Dominic. Yeah, there is a potential double 1-2. Now in that case we have then 1-2, but I wouldn't like to finish the 1 here. If this is a 1, you need an A, B, C, but that's not ideal. I would probably go into diagonal 1. Because it looks, yeah, again, it does look 3 wavy, but you have a 1, 2, 1, 2. It doesn't look good, right? The second wave 2 is incredibly big as well. So then I would go 1, 2, 1. Okay, then this has to be your 2 flat, but then your second wave 1 has to be a diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is your diagonal, and then you have A, B, C, continuation. Now, by all means, in the range here, the probabilities, also because of the CVD we have, would be higher to still look for the highs. Are we going to reach that this week? If so, then preferably before the weekend. If we are still ranging below before the weekend hits, I mean, probabilities might be on the side to be in this range for a little bit longer here. So the most recent move to the upside with the highest amount of volume. So if we are looking for an impulse up, we actually don't want to see price move below this candle anymore. We want to see it move up. How long are we actually live for? 1.5 hour, 1 hour 40. 12,492 subscribers. 8 more and we hit 12.5k. Can we hit 12.5? It's gonna be today or tomorrow. Are you currently sidelined? I'm in a long. Smart question. I took it during the stream. It does not show up. Sometimes the join button doesn't appear on different platforms. I do not know why, but I do know it's a thing. So it might appear on a computer, but it might not appear on a laptop, or it might not appear on, a phone or an iPad. But yeah, there should be a join button or membership button somewhere. Isn't news an amazing indicator? If we want to see it continue up, we don't want to lose the point of control, and we don't want to lose this candle, right? You want to stay above the candle. Weekend, generally a range. Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of puff just yet, so we definitely want to see continuation, and else it's gonna be a break even for me, but no. I don't really want to see it go down too far, but the thing is, my stop is already at break even, so I don't really care. But if price is going to move below this candle, you break the structure, and the latest candle has the highest amount of volume. So if we're thinking impulsive, we actually want to hold that candle. No, you don't really want to change the structure now. Price moving up, volume moving up. You don't want to move down. Take the low of the candle. Makes me think, by the way, I have to remove this because this has now played out. What is your long target? I just follow the waves. I don't really have a set target. But again, stop loss is already break even, and area of interest 1 would then be this zone. Area of interest 2 is continuation. But I do realize it is Friday. If we do go for bigger impulses, it's generally nicer to have it at the beginning of a week. But yeah, and again, yeah, we did bounce on the previous week point of control thingy, but I wouldn't mind moving into stronger support. But nonetheless, it's a good area. It's a good area. It's a solid move. We're now ranging around the point of control, so it's no problem to hover here. You just don't want to really change the market structure, right? So what you're then looking for, if we're impulsive, we have 1 hour bullish CVDs as well. And then you also have the bullish CVDs here, and we had them here. So now, of course, you want to continue. So you don't want to change market structure. So in that case, if this is your low, you want to count 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and you want to start moving after a few 1, 2s, volume coming in, and so yeah, that's what you're going to be looking for, really. So your invalidation would be changing the structure. The UID, the Creative Assembly Machinimas, should be at the right top corner of pretty much any platform you use. Or you go to your account, so to your exchange, your account. And if you go to your account, it should say it on that page as well. UID. Might depend on the platform, so Bing X is the right top. Right? Both in BTCC, is pretty much all of them is always right top. Or in your account. Nice one, Ali. Ali smart. Cheers, Daniel. Yeah, it's. I think it's incredibly interesting to create a lot of fear in the market. Now, of course, we already moved down quite a bit, but 50 is still a psychological, I guess, support, and it's an area of interest. I would first like to move up to get people back to bullish, and then you move down once more. So you just completely wreck the belief. Like the belief goes out the window, right? We moved up at 56 and we went down again. And then we moved up again at this, and then, we went down again. And eventually, like it just destroys the mentality. And then once we go, people are too late. 58350. 58350. Oh, that's all the way up here, yeah? For the current move up. I don't really... It's not too relevant, this area. Like, it's an order block, but I would like to see it then pass this area. So just closing here is one. But of course, we want to count this... If this is an impulse, you just don't want to change the market structure. You just want to move up now. Extreme fear. I think it was 28, no? Yeah. I don't know. Is 25 extreme fear? I mean, it says extreme fear. 20. I don't know. 25 for me doesn't yet feel like like a, oh shit, it's super low. You know, I would love to see it going to 10 or something, but yeah, I mean, what do we do? What other information is on this website here? Crypto and fear index over time. What? Okay, this is per day. Wow. 14th of June moved down all the way. So also it moved down today. Oh, we are low. We are at the lowest since the beginning of the year. Okay, let's have a look. When did the year start? Feb. Okay, so even this move down was not as fearful as the move down we have now. That's interesting. This of course speaks for itself. Volatility, market momentum, social media, surveys, dominance, trends. Okay. 25. So it's the lowest it has been this year so far. Interesting. Yeah, if we get a range, I'm also interested to short. If we get signs of weakness, oh, I'm happy to enter a short for sure. But at the moment, it's not really. You know, we move up, some volume coming in, and some bullish CVD. So I need to be patient to look for shorts. Of course, everyone has a different plan, so make sure you trade safe. Have a plan, have a strat, follow the plan, follow the strat. Right, we're still ranging around the point of control, so it's still your resistance area here, and we took the high of this little candle, so a bit of a swing failure pattern. Yeah, some interesting price action. If I expect, yeah, just get, yep, trade, have a plan, trade the plan, right? Your plan is no one else's plan, no one else's trade. So exactly. Fear would seem higher than, yeah, I mean, so this year so far, the fear is highest. Yeah, that's interesting. Welcome, Reapers. Yeah, it's taking a while, of course. If this would be the start of a wave 3, we are ranging on top of the daily naked point of control for a little bit now. Hey, I'm back after a while. I was visiting the world. You on board or not? You were traveling, holidays, backpacking, something. Hope you had a great time and enjoyed seeing the world. And welcome back. And welcome back in chat as well. Good to have you here. Where did you go to? Sign of weakness, bearish CVDs and higher volume shorts. I don't really look at higher volume shorts, but I mean bearish CVD would be one of them. Yeah, but preferably a bearish CVD, of course, forms once you also change some structure. No? For now, we have bullish market structure, so it would be good to see a change. Right, and that's also because of the volume, because currently we're looking at this and the volume is doing that. So if we change the market structure, move up, move down, move up, right, and then create some bearish CVDs, yeah, it's interesting, right? personally, I'm not really, if we just range here around the point of control and see bearish CVDs, I'm not really too bothered. It's the same here. Lower high on price, higher high on yellow. That's a bearish CVD. But then the next candle down creates bullish CVD. It's just, I like to then just first wait for some solid weakness. I need to see weakness. Thank you, Madi Argandi. Thank you for your message. Thank you very much for your content, Koens. I'm quite new here and this is incredible. Keep up the amazing work. It's a pleasure just sharing my 2 cents and hopefully it's useful. Of course, it's not financial advice, but useful is what we aim for. And thanks for being here and writing in the chat as well, right? Thanks, Muddy. Already got a badge. The bronze badge. Let's see, 30 minutes. We haven't, so we closed 1 candle above the daily naked point of control now. We have the golden pocket a little bit higher, but we're still ranging around resistance here. Again, it is Friday. If we are in this range here, still somewhere, at least not above the high, before the weekend, or when the weekend hits, the probabilities, of course, are high to just go sideways during the weekend. And looking for a bigger corrective structure is definitely something I'm interested in. Also during the weekend, to hit the support that we have down here. A daily naked point of control. Golden pocket is also here, by the way, taken from the low to the high that we have so far to this high here. So it's an area of interest. But just like Andrew, right? Have a plan, have a strat. There's currently for me no sign of, I don't have short signs at the moment, so I'm just on the sideline. But that is my plan. I mean, depends on the person. So no, just chilling. See if we get some action. Cheers, Ali. Have a great day. Do you care about economy data? No, I don't look at the news. A little weak, I agree. If this, if we're looking for an impulse, you want to see a wave 3. So I have not yet disregarded this, right? ABC. That would be your bearish scenario. So you have your A, you have your B, and then you look for your C. We're currently also inside the target area of C, right? So wave C can be extended. 1.618 is also still a target, but yeah, this is, I do have it in mind. So if we are, of course, impulsive, we want to see continuation, high volume. The longer we go sideways, I mean, the more bearish it becomes. So you can still move up to hit the order block and the golden pocket. But if you go sideways here for too long, you lose the impulsivity of a potential 3, and the wave C becomes a lot more attractive. So in that case, you're going to have a C, might end it at the golden pocket with the value area high and the 15-minute order block in this area. Signs of weakness, and then next week, move down, grab liquidity, and then uppy. Karen K, yo, welcome again. Good to have you here. Love watching your live. I love what you said about changing market structure with support from CVD to CVD. Look, CVD, I mean, I can recommend it to everyone. Just like any tool, it will take some time to get used to using CVD, right? It's not difficult, but it just takes time to get used to using any indicator or any form of like any tool. So it's just another tool that you can have in your arsenal of tools. But for me, it's the best one. I mean, I'm not surprised that the CVD video is the most popular on the whole channel. First of all, it's the video I always mentioned back in the day at the end of my videos. But still, people have to click and watch and be interested. And most of the people actually that watch this video come through search and not through the end screens on my video. So most of the people find this video because they're looking for CVD. It is a very interesting tool. Yeah. So, and then the volume profile is also up here, but you can see the difference, 28K views, and then we have 3K here. So, yeah, quite incredible. And then we have making a plan. It's quite interesting that this one is so high up here. Oh, wow. The impulse video is already in the top 10. Oh, interesting. I never really look at popular videos, but it's interesting to see. See what people watch. How do you define that block around the naked point? The block is just an area. It's just so I just highlighted the area around the point of control. It's no, I mean, it's just an area of resistance that we're in, right? We have a bit of an order block here, which is that last green candle before the drop. But it's just, I just put it on the chart to highlight the area around the daily naked point of control, because I like to create areas. So even though you have one level, I always have a box that goes a little bit above and a little bit below. So just like I have here, daily naked point of control, my box is a little bit wider because it might not always touch levels to the dollar, but it might still touch the box, and you know I might already start to get interested. So it's just an area. Do you not think this has to be a B wave and not an impulse? Yes, that's on the card. So A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3. As mentioned, those would be the 2, 1, 2, 3. You want to see strong continuation, or A, B, and then C. And in the case of a wave C, you can end a structure on high volume, but you want to see the market structure change, right? Currently, the highest volume is in the latest move, which is corrective. So if you change market structure now, the probabilities are higher. This is corrective, not impulsive, and you're going to be looking for price to probably take this low. So that is of course what is interesting now, is observing price action here, and yeah, we're still around the point of control. Yeah, so is there potential for WXYs as well? You know, so A, B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you might have a finished C, which of course would be your bearish scenario. So we are A, B, C, common target for your wave C, which is where we are now, confluence with the point of control. Right? So yeah, that is definitely interesting. That's of course your bearish scenario would be ABC. Target area for C is between the 1 and the 1.618 most commonly, which is where we are now. Kieran, the CVD I use is not on TradingView. The CVD I use is on AGGR. It's another website and it's for free. So if you are in Discord, good to know channel in Discord up here, and then there you go, charts.aggr.trade, right? And then the template I use is here. So it's not it's actually not TradingView. Do you move to new houses often? When I move, I start to miss the old places. I don't really miss the old places. I guess it also depends on how long you are living somewhere. So if you really spend a significant amount of time of your life in a certain area, you will probably have more of an attachment. But I just see it as it's just a period of time. Like you just advance to the, you level up. You just look forward. It was a great time, great memories, and now I'm excited for the new journey. So we are living nicely here. It's been a great time for a couple of years, but I look very much forward to also moving to the south of France later this month and explore life there and see what's up. Yeah, it's not like we have been moving now a few times, but and now we go to France and we start with a rental, and a great apartment, a nice big apartment in Nice. But that's of course not where we want a long-term stay, but it's we want to rent because we want to check the area and explore the lifestyle and see if it's something for us, and we don't want to be stuck to a house. But then probably 1 or 2 years later we buy a house again. You're gonna move again. Wizard, how you doing, bro? What's up, bro? Good to have you here, bro. This guy. Favorite racing game of all time aside from Trackmania? I mean, Trackmania was the game I played as a professional for 11 years. So, of course, that's always going to be one. But on number 2... Number 2 favorite racing game. I think I really enjoy Roll Cage and Super Mario. Roll Cage is very old school, though. I if people are younger, they have no idea what I'm talking about. It was Roll Cage, right? Yeah. Like, this is really old school. Fuck. It was so good. It was so good. And also so frustrating. Now, if you are if you're born like after 2005, you probably have no clue, like, or even 2000. But yeah, this I swear, it's one of the best games. Man, I love this game. It's so good, man. Roll Cage. Yeah. No, a really good game. So yeah, I and of course, just Super Mario is great with friends. Just Mario Kart. I played Mario Kart a lot on the Nintendo back in the day. A friend of mine had a Nintendo, and we always played the stage game with the 3 balloons. So yeah, that would be my 2 favorites. I put a lot of time back in the day in Roll Cage and in Mario Kart with my bud. Ed, thank you. Try to make it as powerful as I can, of course. Give you as much info as I can. Could it be a WXY and done? I would prefer I mean, this is a very straight move up. So you would need a zigzag in this move up to have a WXY that is finished. So I would prefer counting an ABC in that case, yeah. How to determine if it's a WXY or ABC? Your first move has to be a 5-wave structure for a wave A, a 3-wave structure for a wave W. So in a W double zigzag, you need a zigzag in here. If it's an impulse, you look for a wave A. Rudy, welcome. So just to draw it on the chart, Rosie. So an ABC is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? ABC. Now, a double zigzag, funny enough, is a oh, that's not the brush. Is a zigzag, but then you count it W, you look for X, and then another zigzag to the upside in a wave Y. Preferably X stays above the 0.7, taken from the low to the high of W. It's just a probabilities thing. So yeah, that's the difference. Roll cage. There's people here that know. That know. Yeah. It's such a good one now. What was the RC racing car game? Oh, there's also an RC racing car game that I played so much with my dad and my brothers. Oh, and did anyone mention it? Revolt? Nah, it doesn't ring a bell. No, no, no. This is not the game that I. No, this is not the game that I played. RC car racing game. It's old school. Like I'm talking about a game where I had to flip. Let me check the chart as well. Okay, so we took the high again. You had to flip the car to get boost, and you had to jump and do stunts to get boost. What's that car? RC Pro is. RC Racer. Yeah, I've never played F-Zero actually. Gotta say, I have no experience with Neowave. I only know Elliott waves. I've never did any other form of wave analysis, to be honest. God, what's that game, man? I would need to see. Yeah, the view was like like third person, yes. And you're racing. It was it was a very high quality game, and then you had jumps, and then you got boost if you did a flip in the jump, and like man, my brain is slacking here. Midtown Madness, that was one really, yeah, that one was really good. Need for Speed Underground. I mean, the Underground and Most Wanted. I've played Underground. I've played Most Wanted. I think Most Wanted to this day is still my favorite Need for Speed out of any of the Need for Speed games. So yeah, Midtown Madness was really fun. You also in Midtown Madness had to find the hidden hidden science thingies. It was a great game. Yeah, Midtown Madness, Need for Speed Underground. I'm just annoyed I can't get to the RC racing game. By the way, what's up, Salman? France. Well, I have a French family. My mom is French. Second is a lifestyle. You have the mountains, you have the ocean, right? South of France is also generally a nice area. I've always been there on holiday back in the day, so I know the area as well. And yeah, it's just lifestyle. More sunny days. Ashley is from Africa, so it's more similar in lifestyle, in temperature as well. More outdoor activities. It's just lifestyle choice. Yeah, I guess this is just marketing. I don't use Neowave. I also don't know what it is really. So yeah, just hit the 05. Yeah, the 05 is always interesting. Golden Pocket would be still quite a bit higher. We're still ranging above the daily naked point of control here, but we're starting to spend quite some time here now. Do you only trade lower time frames? I generally trade 50. Like I would say 15 minute is my most common time frame. RC car racing game. Why do I not? Stunt GP. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. I found it. Stunt GP. Stunt GP. Yes. Yes. This is the one. Yo, this game is so good. Come on, who knows Stunt GP? Yeah, this is such a good game, man. Yeah, this was really fun. So this is the one I was looking for, Stunt GP. I just said I couldn't get to the name, but I saw it just now, and it immediately rings the bell. This is it. This is it. 100%. So I played this game as well with my family, with my dad and my brothers. Lego Racer. That one was really good as well. I really enjoyed playing Lego Racer as well. It's interesting how a Lego game can lead to so much adrenaline when playing Lego Racer. Yeah. Oh man, the old school Lego Racer where you can build your own car. Oh man, the good old days, yo. Oh, here the pirate level. Yeah, such a good game. That was such a great time. I mean, look, we sound like old people now, right? The OGs, right? The new kids on the block, they have no idea. Like Lego Racer, I mean, I see more pixels on the screen than anything else, right? So here, I mean, it's not the quality you may have nowadays, but damn, man, these games. This was great. This was the shield, right? You were shielded. You always had these blocks you had to pick up, right? Yeah, good stuff. So it was a little bit of a mimic of, I suppose, Mario Kart, but yeah, Lego Races. Burnout 3, also really good. Yep. I always in Burnout, I loved in Burnout the like the crash cameras, right? So if you crash someone, I mean, that's great. And of course, the challenge is to make as much of a mess as possible, and then you got points, right? You had to try and create the biggest accident, and then you got points, and you had to get an amount of points to get the gold medal. Yeah. Crash Team Racing, yeah, really, really good as well. Played that one. Yo, there's many gamers in here. Gotta love it. Many race gamers as well. I always played racing games, man. I know most of them. Any trading questions? Just ahead to 005 here. Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge on the Omega back in the day. Wait, I don't know this one though. I gotta check this one out. I don't want to go into videos. Oh, PlayStation 1. This makes me think of, so I started back in the day with a PlayStation 1. My parents got it for the kids, me and my brothers. But I don't really recall too much. Like we had a game similar to this or this one, but I wouldn't know the name. It's too long ago. Like it was a similar style, you know. But I don't really remember what the name of the game was, gotta say. Yeah. So Lego Races, the Dub edition. Yeah, Wizard. I downloaded this one. You know? So back in the day, Pirate Bay was great, and I think I got it through there. Yeah, Midnight Club, Need for Speed Underground. Yeah, I enjoyed. So wow, there's actually many great games now that we talk about it. No, Formula One on the Sega was my best. I always loved watching Formula One, but I never really played Formula One games. Now I do like sim racing because I've been a racing gamer professionally for 11 years in Trackmania. When I jump into a sim, it you just know how to drive. So of course your average skill is higher than the average Joe per se that doesn't have experience so much in games. But of course I won't be able to compete with Jarno Opmeer, who's also Dutch, by the way. But not at all. But I love sim racing. It's cool. It's fun. It's active. Steering wheel pedals. Yo, John, welcome back. Did you win? We're talking about racing games, by the way. Lego Island 2. Is this more of a building game, Lego Island? Lego Island. Wow, we even got a Dutch version of this one. Yeah. This makes me think of The bricks here. This makes me think of the Animal Crossing game. You know, during COVID, Animal Crossing came out where you had to build your island. Makes me think of this. Maybe Lego Island was the idea to develop Animal Crossing. You know, during COVID, this game came out, made by Nintendo, was a huge success. No, a huge success. So far, this grind up is actually quite slow. It doesn't really have the impulsivity that, at least not yet. What's CVD doing? CVD is still moving down. Sorry, and we're on top of support. Now that we are closing candles above support, of course, preferably, we're not actually going to move down support. I'm already in a non-risk long now. Manage. Just quickly checking my trade here. 1 second. Okay. Yeah. Okay, nice. Break even. Any chance you could talk about CVD divergence showing on some time frame and not another is like MA, EMA type smothering effects? I mean, it's because of the candle, right? So on a 3-minute, you have a lot more detail compared to a 15-minute. So sometimes you will, wow, look at the CVD here, by the way. So sometimes on a 15-minute time frame, you will not be able to spot the CVD. And the reason can be the candle, right? For just as a sake of example, the candle can have quite a big wick. So on a 15-minute chart, you have a move down and you have a green candle moving up. But if you then go, so on the 15-minute chart, right? CVD here just shows a move down for this candle. But then on a 3-minute time frame, you of course see that same candle in a lot more detail. And now you can actually see individual candles with a small little wick. Now the CVD can be just different. It's because of we are looking with CVD at market orders per time frame. So if you have the 15-minute time frame, then in one candle, your candle is different, right? The amount of orders in that one candle are different compared to a 3-minute candle, right? The amount of orders and volume and long and shorts in a 3-minute candle are different than the 15-minute one. It's a lot more specific. So generally, I switch between the 15 and the 3-minute. Those are my two most used CVD timeframes. And I use the 3-minute because at times I want to have that more specific information. So for example, here in this range, we've been ranging sideways. We never really got a drop, right? And we have bearish CVD, lower highs on price, higher highs on the CVD, which is a bearish CVD. And on the 15-minute time frame, I prefer, so this is when I prefer the 3-minute. I'm like, we're ranging here for so long. Probabilities this morning from an Elliott wave point of view made sense to move up and hit the 382s. So I went to the 3-minute, and for pretty much the whole morning, I just observed the 3-minute. And then we had bullish CVD here, higher low in price, lower low on the CVD. Now on the 15-minute, you can see it as well, but I prefer the 3-minute. It's a lot more detailed. Yeah, it's just the amount of orders per time, right? So CVD, it shows market orders per candle, and the candle is of course time related. Outrun. What's outrun? It does make sense. Outrun. They I don't know, they all look in a way they all look a little bit similar, you know? The Porsche edition, yes, I have played that one. I didn't play it for too long. So the Porsche edition was fun, but when 2 came out, I never really went back. But yeah, the Porsche edition was a fun one. I played all the Need for Speeds until Need for Speed became more of a sim racing game, and you actually needed a steering wheel. I think that was Drive, Need for Speed Drive or something, was it? Like that's when I kind of I wasn't really too bothered anymore. I like the game feel and not too realistic, you know, like Most Wanted. This is such a good game. The story is great as well, but this has a really game feel to it. And I think it was Drive, and I think Drive when or something like that. No, what was it? God, the one after Need for Speed something. Oh, was it Heat or whatever? That's when they went more into. I have no idea. This is the most recent one, though. I mean, they eventually went from Most Wanted into more of a almost like realistic car type of, and that's when they kind of lost me. So for me, Vigilant 8, Smuggler's Run GT, Midnight Club. Smuggler's Run GT. Need for Speed 2, Burnout 3, F198, Carmageddon, definitely. Midtown Madness, Crash Team. Yeah, man, the good old times, yo. We should play games sometimes on stream, but I can't do it on YouTube. But I do have a Twitch channel, so I mean, we can always have fun there. A little bit of bearish CVDs locally on blue, lower high on price, higher high on the CVD, and also on yellow. It's moving up with a red candle. It's a very slow grind, so it doesn't give grade wave 3 a grade wave 3 feel to it, if you know what I mean. You know, if you're looking for a 1 2 1 2 1 2, and eventually you wanna move up. As long as, so if you break the market structure and you take the low, that's when probabilities switch. Where the probabilities are higher for A, B, C, you're going to move down, take the low most likely, probability wise. But you didn't change the structure yet, but we are sticking around here for quite a long time now. The longer you go sideways, the more bearish it is. Road Rush, good game as well. Forza 2. There was a game where that was a sim racing game. Was it Drive? We had it on the PlayStation. R Factor. R Factor. I even played R Factor for a little bit as well. What was that? Drive sim. Oh. What was it? Drive or Drive? iRacing, Assetto Corsa. I've played all these games, but there was an older one. Hey, Trackmania, nice. I wasn't born. Okay, this is. Oh, NASCAR. I did NASCAR racing as well, where you had your own team and you had to manage your team and race your own car. So NASCAR. Yeah. Need for Speed. Done that. Also NASCAR again. Never really got into rally too much. R Factor. So I played R Factor back in the day. Live for Speed. It's still not the one I'm looking for. iRacing. Assetto Corsa. No. More. No, Forza. I know Forza. It does look like we have a bit of the bearish CVDs. Yeah, red candle, yellow moving up. That's a bearish CVD, which has played out on yellow. Hasn't yet played out, or did it? Did it play out? Did we take? Yeah, so the bearish CVDs have already played out now. Gran Turismo. I played a lot of Gran Turismo, by the way. So, oh yeah, wait. So Gran Turismo is one. That's one. I mean, Project Cars. There you go. So Project Cars and Gran Turismo. Those were the two that I played the most. Sim racing wise, back in the day. Okay, so we have some bearish CVD. It's a slow grind up. It's not really wave 3-ish here. What am I gonna do? Okay. And then let the rest go. Sorry. Trade management. Street Fighter. Gran Turismo 3. Yes, but I don't know which game it was. If it was 3 or 4 or 2, I don't know. But the old one. Grid. Never really played that one. Lego. Yeah, we spoke about this one. Logitech wheel and pedals. Same. Gran Turismo 3, yes. Yeah, I played that. Test Drive, The Crew. Star Wars, yeah. The Star Wars games were great. I played a lot of the Star Wars games as well. I really enjoyed the vibe of that game. And of course, flying as well. Live for Speed, R Factor. R Factor was cool, the good old days. When you look at it, do you mainly compare the highs, the lows? Yeah, you always take the wicks into account, yes. Populous the beginning? No. I actually never play. I don't even know this one. Snow Bros? Not me. OpenEmu on the PC Mac. I see. Yeah, I mean, I got a Windows system. Project Cars. Oh, really? Sorry, Del. Yeah, I missed it. Yeah. I mean, Project Cars, it was a great game. But they never got the license to put Formula 1 cars in their game. The low really looked like a triumph for one more low. That was fine. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting to... and also this move up, it's running a bit out of steam and a bit of bearish CVDs at the high that now played out. We have made another high on lower volume, so you don't want to change market structure. So what I just now very quickly did is I just took a quick TP1. My stop loss was already break even. The TP1 is of course very small. I took 50% out, which, I mean, it's such a small move, so profit wise it's very small, but I just, besides being completely break even with the fees, I at least take something home, and if it hits my stop at break even, I still made some profit, and if it continues, I'll make more profit. Destruction Derby, yes. Yo, Destruction Derby. Yo, I played that one. Shit, man. We are riding the nostalgia train here. if you are like very young, you have probably no clue what we're dealing with here. This is nostalgia, yo. It's so good. Yeah. On the 1 hour, so initially when we were in this range, the probabilities were higher to move up, to move into the fibs, right? The 382.05 golden pocket. We've been observing this move to the upside. We are at the area of resistance here. What you see in the chart is the wave C target area. If we are impulsive for a 1, 2, and then a 3, then of course preferably we don't change the market structure. You want to see price continue on increasing volume. The problem is that it so far didn't really took off, and we, like, again, the longer we range here, the higher the probabilities for a move down. And on the 1 hour, as mentioned this morning, the probabilities would remain higher to look for a bit of a bigger retracement, which I think remains interesting, especially with the information locally where, I don't know, we don't really have incredible impulsivity. We are just ranging now locally here, right? We have very big bullish CVDs, has to be said, but most of these bullish CVDs have already played out, right? So the only CVDs I'm interested in now is this. And we had bearish CVDs which played out. I don't really like to look at this anymore, higher low, lower low, because each bullish CVD has already like played out now. So I just want to keep an eye on what's happening here. But we do have very big bullish CVD. We closed candles above the daily naked point of control. We're still above the daily naked point of control, and we didn't yet change market structure. We have some resistance to the upside, golden pocket, order block, value area high, which is the white box above, right? 58.3, 58.7. And yeah, just taking it step by step here. We had a bit of bearish CVDs which played out, but for a wave 3, we want to see it continue on increasing volume. Bullish, yeah, I just explained this one here. Tekken, yes, I played the Tekken series, absolutely. So what I liked with Tekken as well is the story of the main character. I think it's a very good one. And eventually we had the flying dude as well with the laser eyes back in the day. No, I'm not thinking about a short. There's no sign at all for me to short here. I'm in a long, but I do manage it. So I take something out because I just want to be safe. We move into the weekend. We had news earlier today. Bit of bearish CVDs. We're still at resistance. And if we continue up, perfectly fine. And if not, then not. I think recently Bettina in Discord asked... was it Bettina? Yeah, I think or Rosie. I'm not sure. Asked, I have no problem entering positions, but I have a problem to close my trades. I let them run too long, or some. That was the question that was asked, and I'm a big fan of. I'm not in the business to try to get the biggest runner and then be like, oh, look, everyone, I caught the low and I made a like runner of like thousands of %. It's not really the way I trade. I sometimes get them, but it's not. Yeah, it's not why I enter the trade. I explained, like, take something home every day and be happy. You don't need to have your 1 to 10. I had a 1 to 1 this morning. So this morning I only had a 1 to 1, but it is profit. And now I took like a small long, took 50% off, which is incredibly small. Depends, of course, on your portfolio size, but percentage wise, it is very small. And the profit I have is only 0.2%. Right, with the TP that I took, but it's still together. It's still 1.2 R, right? On my, like, for the day, I still have a position running. Stop is break even, and if we go up, I might have a day that leads to 2%, right? 2R. My risk is always 1%. So, and that's a perfect day. Yeah. So I don't mind taking very quick TPs, and I prefer to be safe and have a high win rate compared to trying to get the biggest trade, but it's gonna hurt the win rate. So far the support is holding though, so we are now at the daily naked point of control, moved above resistance over and back on top. But yeah, the bearish CVDs, it's just I took the TP because of a little bit of bearish CVD divergences here, kind of slow move up, right? Bit of a grind, not really like very impulsive wave 3 behavior. It's Friday, moving into the weekend. It's the context that's created. We're at resistance here, but we do have some nice resistance above, so I wouldn't mind looking up. We still make higher lows, higher highs, so market structure is not broken. It's just that I like to take a TP and be safe. So we are still at support, still holding market structure, still have bullish CVDs, even like if we do this, of course we had bearish ones, but those played out. If we look at the range, then we have higher lows, lower lows. But it's yeah, it's not as impulsive as we had a short little move and then we went sideways for a long time. So I was in my long for this whole time, no problem. Yeah, better be safe. GTA 2, I did. I started with San Andreas. What a game, I know. For fake breakouts, yes, wave Bs generally. Wave B, fake breakout, that's a fake high. So when you have a move up, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, impulse, 3 wave A, 3 wave B, 5 wave C, fake out. Fake out in a triangle oftentimes is WXY, right? So ta-ta-ta, and then you out of nowhere see this, and then continue, think WXY the moment that happens. Yo, cheers, John. For the onwards check, Road Rash. Midway 4 going to be confusing till the end of the week. Tekken 2 intro move is goated. Yes, I like adding on 5-10 times. I was thinking to open a second account. The reason for this is so that I can hedge by going short if I'm already... well, T. Clapson, you actually don't need a second exchange. You just need standard futures for this. Right, so go and have standard futures. You can, of course, trade perp, but then the positions are added up. You can, by the way, I think in perp as well, right? Go long and short. Actually, the last time with perp, I always trade one position, and if I want to change more, or trade more, I go to standard because I don't want positions to compound. But you can just have multiple positions. But you need standard futures there. I like adding on 5 to 10 times in a trend. Yeah, and it's good. I also prefer to TP and add back on later compared to not TPing at all. Take a win, happy day, exactly. Just make sure it's 1, 2. Yeah, of course. But some days will be really big and some days won't be very big. So yesterday was a 1, 2, 3. Today so far is a 1.12. Price moving up, so my position is very happy. So I took my TP, but I still have my position running, and everything that's gonna go on top now is secured, right? It's profit, so it's perfect. What exchange? I trade on BingX. Link is in the description. That's my main exchange, and you can see there's 3 others. I have Bybit for spot, and it's in Netherlands. And then BTCC and Blowfin are exchanges that you can use in most countries where Blowfin and Bybit would be restricted. So, but BingX is the one I use the most. They have gone into KYC since yesterday, probably for most people, but I believe for Dutch customers it's a must if you really want to make use of the platform. But I never mind. So yeah. No, pretty much all of the platforms go towards KYC anyway, sooner or later. So, yeah, and there's always some great campaigns. So, yeah, and if you do, by the way, Amorfat, if you do register at any of the partners and you put in $100, make sure to send me a message. because I'll add you into the setups channel, where I talk about interesting setups from an Elliott wave point of view, and I explain why they are interesting. So you can also go to the koenztrades and then scroll up a little bit. This is the pass, so scroll up just a little bit and then follow the steps. And if you put $100 in, I'll add you in the, just send me an email with your UID and I'll add you in the setups channel. Oh wait, Amorfati in that case, Blowfin or BTCC. The reason I can still use it is because I registered years ago on BingX. So I still have the opportunity to use it. Now with the KYC, I'm still able to log in and use it. I'm using it right now. It does say I'm located in a restricted region. However, because I'm moving to France and I have a French passport and a French address, my KYC can become French, and then it's not a restricted country. So I can continue to use BingX because I'll be a French resident and I have a French passport and I just KYC my French stuff. But for in the description, you'll see behind BTCC and Blowfin, I wrote UK, NL, US. Oh yeah, the RNS. Yeah, I heard about that one as well. Is there a way we can copy your trades, or do you upload your trades to Discord for paid? So I don't do copy trading because it's a psychology thing, right? So when I trade for myself, I'm comfortable. When I trade for others, because that's pretty much what you do, I don't feel comfortable doing this. You know, I'm happy to trade for myself, but I'm not comfortable to trade for others. It's just an added pressure. Do I upload my trades? Yeah, but that's in here in the so in the koenztrades channel, that is where I write the trades that I took, of course, without any info of why they were interesting. In the Koenz setups channel, this is where I talk about why certain trades are interesting, but there are no signals and there's no guarantee I take it, because I explain interesting to start looking for potential signs of strength. I never trade Elliott waves, purely Elliott waves. I always look for extra signs of strength and resistance, but that depends on the plan or strategy of someone. So it's not I definitely don't want to become a signals channel, but one of the most requested questions that I got was, how do I trade Elliott waves? And I trade Elliott waves in confluence with other tools. So from an Elliott wave perspective, I look for interesting setups. That's step one. And then I look for local signs of, okay, you know, I see what I want to see, I'll enter. But it starts with, from an Elliott wave point of view, this setup is interesting and this is why. And then I tap. So I explain why that is the case. And then when price hits that level, yeah, I might take it. I might not take it. You know, it depends on the reaction. Did you think about alternative for USDT? Yeah, not really. Actually, I'll have to figure. I'll have to figure out what's gonna happen. I don't really know. I have USDT, of course. I trade against USDT, so I don't really know. Do you know about a good alternative? It's annoying, really. Yeah, I would need to ask people like, yo, what's a good alternative? Because I think, so the USDT you have now, you then first need to buy, for example, Bitcoin, then sell the Bitcoin against another pair, whatever it is, and then you can hold this and trade with it. But you can't use USDT anymore. I guess they just want to move into the euro. Yeah. How can we get there? Discord, koenztrades, and then up. These are the steps here. So it's just, of course, the only thing I ask basically in that Discord channel is, hey, you know, I do all of that. It's all completely free. I don't want people to pay for all that stuff. And I explain everything and why it's interesting. but I ask people to support the channel naturally. So what people can do is just make an account at any of the partners, put $100 in, and yeah, I'll add you. Doesn't even mean if you trade with it or not, but I mean, if you want to support the channel. Yeah. Looks like more upside. Yeah, at the moment it's a support resistance flip. Yeah. So we had a bit of bearish CVD that already played out. Right, bear CVD played out, price moved down, but continued bullish CVD here now locally, higher low, lower low on yellow. So it would be interesting to see if we can move towards the order block above. And it's also quite a long stream already, so it will be almost 3 hours. It's time for me to start moving, guys. Holy moly. Attila, welcome. Good to have you here. Howdy from Texas. Howdy from the Netherlands. Good to have you here, Attila. Welcome. So, yeah. We've been here already for a long time now. Okay. So far, so good. If we do move up, let's observe the resistance here. Be aware of the bigger bullish divergences on the 1 hour as well. I was at the last 21 bull and summing up, then I realized that if I hadn't done anything, I would have earned more than trying to trade the trend. Well, of course, you will earn more only by investing into the trend at some moment in time. But yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, it's a good idea to have your plan, have your strat, know what works for you. Yeah. Busy weekend. Generally, the weekend is sideways price action. So if we do see some sort of impulsivity, preferably it happens before the weekend, as most commonly the weekend is sideways. Yeah. Okay. That's going to be it, everyone. Time to continue with the day. So definitely streamed longer than I initially planned. It's now 5:15. Holy moly. So it's time for me to go for a run. Then bit more work. Later another update. And then it's going to be dinner, chill with the wifey. Yup, she says. And then go to bed. Then it's weekend. So, okay. Well, you know what we're looking for, right? Market structure isn't yet changed, so that's what's pretty much necessary to become more bearish here. We move up, bit of increasing volume. We still have some bullish CVDs. It's not too strong yet though for an impulse in a 1, 2, and then a 3. So you definitely want to see price moving up with increased volume still. But as long as you don't change the market structure, you want to invalidate an impulse. You want to just change the structure. You want to move below. So if we move up, you then want to move below this range again. We're now hovering above support, daily naked point of control. Next area of resistance is the white box here between 58.3 and 58.7. And yeah, thanks for the chatting. Thanks for the game talk as well. I'm a gamer myself, so I love talking about it. I explained a little bit about my trade and you know, I managed it and so hopefully it's a little bit like educational, but yeah, old school gaming Fayad and nostalgia, man. Nostalgia. It's amazing. Crypto Dana, check the first link in the description. Gotta move. So gotta move. Thanks everyone for being here. And tonight will be a normal Bitcoin update. Right, let's see what Bitcoin is going to give us. And tomorrow on Saturday is probably another live stream, but I do have to go somewhere in the morning. So yes, in the afternoon I should be home, so it should be good. So thanks everyone. Gonna catch you at the next one.